those, right?
Yep, everything.
Okay.
Everything that's
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Good morning.
How's it going?
How y'all today?
Good, yourself?
Doing well.
They're all 36s,
Hey,
between 30 and 32s.
it's my size. Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is Julian, also known as the Beardedthriftmachine. Here on YouTube, I buy stuff, flip it online, and make YouTube videos about it. Also, this is me and Dad out at some Saturday yard sales. You can tell right now I'm going through a bin of some Levi jeans. They want $5 a piece for these, and they're in really good condition. As you can tell right there, $5 a piece. And you can't really pay that much for them, but I was like, if I can get these for a little bit cheaper, then I'll be able to flip them online. And at the next yard sale, we pick up a collection that I've never seen this many things of this one item before.
Probably
hang out with
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, I don't have a specific purpose, but yeah. All right, thanks very much.
You wouldn't do 20 for all these, would you?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay.
That'll work. So Dad and I just pulled up to this yard sale, and this lady running the yard sale is starting to bring out a whole bunch of this Kiss stuff. Posters, comic books, just a ton of stuff. And I don't know much about this, but what I did know is actually a lady's already been there that has purchased a good bit of it. And I kind of get what's left over, but I go through a lot of this. I actually don't know much about this. I know that some of it's worth money, but there's a lot of people here looking at stuff. And so I have to make a decision on what exactly to do, how much to offer, and then go from there.
Probably same. I'll even let this one go for 10 minutes. I didn't know if you left or not.
Yeah, I just went to go put that bobbin up.
Probably 10 on these.
On those? Okay.
Probably just 5 on this one.
All right, so I'm at this yard sale again. I don't know much about this stuff, so I'm trying to figure out if the lady that is there that had already purchased some stuff knows a lot and maybe have picked out just all the expensive items and left nothing behind that was, worth anything. So, and the prices it wasn't cheap. It wasn't like oh, absolutely, I'll take all this for $5 and stuff. So I'm looking through this stuff, but what I can see on the other lady's phone is that she's Google Lensing everything, which makes me think, okay, I got a fighting chance here, and there's definitely some valuable items here.
15 on them.
That's cool.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know. 2.
50 cents. Yeah, 50 cents, Mom.
Thank you. No, I didn't.
$1 for both? $1 for both?
50. It's very heavy duty one. I mean, it's a nice one.
Would you take 20 for the two?
What's on it?
Oh, it's on the 50.
Sure.
I thought I needed another pocketbook.
That one's really cute. You want Mom?
That one's 5. 5. They're 5 each. Those are nice Columbia jackets.
As I plunder through this, I'm seeing things from the 1970s, the 1990s, and the early 2000s. There is a good bit on the 1970s. There's some books, and then but nothing's sealed, nothing's brand new, anything like that. So I still am very hesitant. I need to know exactly how much she values this stuff at if I'm going to go ahead and buy all of it. She said some of these are old. Her prices are a little high on them, but me neither.
Nice pair of jeans back here, made Levi, USA.
That's an actual picture of them in concert.
Probably.
That's pretty neat, right?
That's probably the valuable one.
Yeah.
That one and this silver one.
Well, the funny thing about it is the
This
black,
one.
the black light. He has a black light in his room. He just absolutely loves it.
Perfect.
And he won't know what to do in this thing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You're welcome.
How much for the whole collection?
Are you serious? Because then I'll take the time to calculate it.
Yeah, it all depends if it's like... Alright, also, if you've taken note, the lady that is selling this has touched that silver poster like 3 times. That should have been an indication that she knew that it was valuable, but probably didn't know exactly how valuable it was. It's sitting over there just flapping in the wind right now, getting wet because it's starting to rain just the slightest bit. And that we will talk about all this stuff at the end of the video, but specifically that silver poster back there.
Even the underwear, huh?
I didn't see that, but I'll just... I buy a whole bunch of collections of stuff, so...
That's good. And even these, right?
Yep, everything.
Okay.
Everything that's...
Yeah.
We got a bunch of what was this?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I won't let anybody take anything.
Oh.
So.
Alright, you also heard her just say, I won't let them take anything. There, which you can't really see off to my right, there's like a line of people wanting to get in and see this stuff. Obviously, you don't see this big of a collection, or I usually haven't, at a yard sale. So it's drawing a lot of attention. We just got there really fast, and we got there at the right time. The one lady grabbed some stuff, and I was like second in line to take a look at this. So I have to make a decision when she says a number, either yes or no. And if I say no, this stuff will probably be sold within the next 20 minutes if I don't move on it.
Okay. This is another story. So let me hold on that one.
Sure.
What were you thinking?
I have no idea. That's why I honestly don't know much about this, but I know that I buy a lot of collections. I've never actually bought a Kiss collection before, and so you had some old stuff. And
Without this, how about 300?
300.
I think, are they priced on there? I think they're all 15, but you can do 10 on them.
All right, at 300, there's going to be a hesitation there, just because I don't really know the value of this stuff. I know that a lot of this stuff has been printed. It was a very popular band. There's a lot of Kiss stuff out there that is only worth a couple dollars, but a lot of this stuff is the older stuff, you know, from the 1970s. So I'm sitting here trying to think again, and there's a lot of people breathing down my neck at this point, believe it or not, like saying, "Okay, what are you doing? Are you going to buy it? You know, we want to know." So I have to make a decision. I can't sit here and comp everything out. So I really don't know at this point. The thing that she took away was just a book. She thought that might have been some real signatures. There's a silver poster right there flapping in the wind. I should have really secured that. Turns out that book though is not the real signatures. That's how that book came. It was just a tour book. So she does just throw it in the deal later on. Yeah, I would 300. That's like,
Yeah, just want to make sure.
yeah, I wouldn't be, because if I had more knowledge, that could be a really good price, and you could, because what I do is buy, sell, trade stuff, obviously.
Absolutely.
And I just don't think I have to be at a certain threshold because of how much.
What are you thinking? No
I would be
worries.
at like 200, and that's like I don't usually throw out my highest number, but that would be it, because I just don't.
These I know you could do good off of these. I just didn't want to take the time putting them on eBay.
Sure.
Why don't you split it with me? $250. These I think you should do good off of. And possibly this little guy too,
Yeah, I
because
like
that's 70s.
Yeah, and then 225.
And some of it I even left in here because my husband helped with the Kiss Coffee House here.
Right.
And then there was some fan mail that,
Oh.
that came in, and when he had some of his stuff on
Sure.
display there.
Yeah.
And I just left it. Somebody may be interested.
That's pretty
in it.
neat.
That's why I just left it all together. There's even some advertising stuff in here somewhere. But he was going to toss. I'm like, don't toss nothing. So
Yeah.
I just want it.
Because you never know
Right
what
here.
people
This
are
was
interested
just
in.
advertising stuff. So he was throwing that away. I'm like, don't throw it away. I just left it all.
225.
together. Sure.
225.
Yep,
Excellent.
and you can take that bin too if you want.
Excellent. That'd be
It'll all fit
perfect.
Back in there.
Alrighty.
That way.
All right, that was the deal. $225 for all of that stuff, and I get the little container right there. Actually, it's a good container. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go home, we're going to go through it, and we're going to talk about it. All right, back from that yard sale, and again, right now, the people that know what this stuff is either know I paid a lot, like way too much for it, or got a really good deal. And to me, Honestly, we'll go through it. I still don't know how well I did. I don't think I did that well, but I'll tell you what, the education that I'm going to receive on looking all this stuff up in next yard sales I go to will be like absolutely priceless, because I have been doing a ton of research on this stuff. We're not going to go through every piece. I paid $225. And when I say how many items, like sellable items, it's not talking about like every one of these cards. Like that would be like a lot of cards. Or like the pictures, like a lot of pictures, you know, how it would sell it on eBay. There's about 110 pieces here. We'll go ahead and round it down to 100. So I paid $2.25 per item. If you think about it that way. If you think about it that way, I really probably should have been around $1. Would have been a really good smoking deal, but we'll go through it real quick. You already saw this poster back there. I have a lot of pictures, just like random pictures of the band. As you heard that in Myrtle Beach, we had a Kiss coffee house up at Broadway at the beach. Some of the stuff she said was displayed there. Like probably this picture was displayed there. And some of it maybe was just the, you know, she said her husband used to work there, a big Kiss fan. So a lot of this stuff is, you know, a little bit older. And some of it is actually also from the coffee house, like, you know, memorabilia from the coffee house. This right here is a little book. I think this thing's worth like 20 bucks. We got some 8-track tape. We got this guy right here. And there's one that's sealed that's going for like $1,000 or something, but this is not sealed, in really good condition. Like this is actually one of the better looking ones, so I think that one's about 20 bucks. 8-track tapes, probably sell them together. It looks like they go for about $10 to $15 a piece. This is actually pretty cool. This is like a cologne, Kiss cologne for him. Not old, it's from 2006. Like they're little pieces, but people are selling these for $9.99 a piece. I have 5 of them. A book back here, probably about $5. The VHSs, everybody sells them in lots. Most of these are going in lots, and most of the VHSs are about $5 to $10 a piece. So you're talking, if they're 5, it's about $35 to $45 in VHSs. Then we got some cassettes. I only like 2 cassettes. This one right here, I think goes for $5 to $10 in pre-owned condition. New, obviously a lot more. Then over here we got some tour books. Some are from the 90s, and I think that's as far back. I don't think there's any older ones than the 90s here, but they go for about $5 to $10 a piece. Everything I'm saying usually goes for $5 to $10, but with 100 items, even if I get $5, at least that's a double on my money. And not great. I like to 3 times my money, because this is a lot of work and research, but also, again, a lot of knowledge was learned here. Then these are comic books, and she said you'll do good on these. Really not. They go for, and these are in super good condition. They have been backed and bagged, or just bagged, so they don't have hardly any. This one's got a back on it. They don't have hardly any damage on them, like whatsoever. The corners look really good. The faces of them look really good, but still, even in this condition, there are a lot of people get these graded, but still, you're only looking at about $5 a piece there. A ton of magazines. All right, I got to cut in real quick because I was doing more research on this as I was editing the film, because I did come across a magazine that was from the 1970s, 1978. It's that one right there, Kiss Kidnapped. And I was like, man, this is pretty old. This is significantly older than all the other magazines that I have here. So let me at least look one of these up. And it turns out I did look this thing up, and the last time it sold, there's only 3 listed, 1 sold. It sold on auction for $103. So that is awesome. And then I decided to look up all the other magazines, and I did find another one worth 25 bucks. So it's starting to get a little bit better with how much I paid. And there are more comic books here. And again, not a ton of money, maybe $5 a piece, but it all kind of is starting to add up. Then we do have some other pictures. This was I think it was an original, it was a poster originally. I did some research on it, and I'm not 100% sure what this thing is. I don't know if they just copied it on there, but it has that on there, which I don't know. I don't know what this thing is. It seems old. It's on a thick piece of paper. I don't know if this is just a printout of the original poster or what exactly that is. We have some more pictures here. I mean, just tons and tons of pictures of the band. Posters from the 1970s. And thinking of posters from the 1970s, oh, we also got a tour book here. If you find the album, I doubt you'll ever find a brand new. But if you ever found a brand new album with this one, worth a ton of money. Now, the poster. This is like a foil mylar, I think how you say it, poster, and I didn't know anything about these. Now, what I should have done was probably just bought this poster for $10 and walked away, not, you know, but I got an education now. I keep saying that just because it's true. This poster alone most likely will go for probably $100, 75 to 100, seen them as high as 125. There's supposed to be a set of 4 of them for the band, and if you have all 4 of them, it's usually $400 or as high as $750 for all 4 of them. So that's not bad there. You're talking on the low end, probably 75 bucks, on the high end, probably 100 because it does have some holes in it and some wrinkles in it. I mean, it's old, it's from the 1970s, so the condition of it is not all that great. And then this poster here is also from the 1970s, and what I'm finding when I'm doing research is that a lot of money are in these old posters from the band. And this one is also from the 1970s, and it looks like the original one. Again, not in great condition, has a couple holes in it, a couple creases up there. They are rolled, but that one in decent condition, a little bit better condition. This goes for 65, so maybe 50 bucks on that one. There's not a lot of these for sale though. Seems like once this one and this one come for sale, they're immediately bought. So that's a good thing, high demand there, but still only together, maybe 150 bucks. So that's about it. I mean, it's just a good learning lesson, I think, to buy collections like this if you can. Especially if I had more time, I probably would have pieced it out and looked at it a little bit better. But with that many people at the yard sale and that much interest of this stuff in the yard sale and me not knowing, I was gonna go ahead and take that chance. All right, so that concludes this video. Was it a home run on that KISS stuff? No, probably not. Again, I keep saying the education that I learned was definitely worth it because now I know the stuff that is valuable. And if I ever come across a collection like that again, I would probably leave most of that stuff behind and only go for certain items or certain posters that are worth a lot of money. Here's again. 8-track tape out there, even if it's used, goes for like $800 or something. So I got that in my brain too. So will I lose money? Probably not. Will I most likely make only like $50 to $75? That's what I honestly think that I'm gonna make off of this. I have probably, like I said, I put it out on my Instagram. I have multiple people already interested in the entire lot. And if they buy the entire lot, I'll give them a good deal. And if, you know, if I make 50 bucks, 75 bucks, then I don't have to list anything, then that's pretty good, right? So that's not that bad, but if I have to go through and list all that stuff, it would probably be not worth it. But doing it as a full lot on eBay, even if that's how I do it, or if I sell it to somebody that's on Instagram, then it's really not that bad because there's not a lot of time vested in that like listing. I already have enough time trying to research all this stuff, and then having to list it on top of that would be just very time consuming. But again, knowledge is key. I'm trying to expand all my knowledge, so when I see something out there and I think I can make some money on, I'm gonna go ahead and take that chance now and then just come home and research and research and research. And that's what I think a lot of new resellers and even older resellers, they don't really talk about enough, is how much it takes time, at least for me, to research all of this stuff. That's actually what takes me the most time. It's not the listing, it's not the shipping, it's not the YouTube making of this stuff. It's actually trying to find these items on eBay, get a good solid sold comp on what it's worth, and then, you know, going from there and learning about the items takes me forever. So I do appreciate everybody that watches. Remember, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, comment down below, like the video, and you know I will always get you on the next one.